Nice save.
And then
So here's
I hate your mouse, by the way.
I don't know why it's giving me problems. It's like
Look at over here having just a conversation as a true team right now.
Try it.
All right.
all right. Are we back? We got
We
audio.
are back.
All right.
Man,
Yay!
updating that driver broke a whole bunch of things, folks. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Technology, ladies and folks. Yes. So here we are. Pinball Expo is what we're going to be talking about this evening. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in.
Bearing with us here. Yeah.
Bearing with us because we're now using a different camera than we were planning.
Yeah.
But in this case, here we are.
Its computer decided that it was not too happy with that once we restarted everything.
Apparently so. Well, is that or your drums? Oh, are we
Yeah,
really
yeah.
that high? Oh,
I turned it down.
Okay.
I did turn it
Thank
down.
you, Lynn, for the
So,
heads
yeah.
up on. It's like now you got audio.
All right, everybody.
Okay. So I guess what we're going to do is sort of go through each of the things that we got a chance to play. I mean, there's a different amount of assortment of pinball machines, as well as the Pinball Olympics, which is an entirely wonderful new experience to behold, if I do say so myself. With that being said, Gary, what do we have going for us on the beginning of our little review?
All right. Well, we're going to, like I said, we're going to be going through some of the different things. So we're going to jump over to the Expo review here and make it a tiny bit bigger. Yeah, so we're just kind of going to do things. So in general, we're going to let you see just some of the video from the Expo. Basically, Ed was doing some pan shots. So this year, they actually decided to integrate the vendor area and all the open gaming into one area and kind of mixed it all in, which was much better. We really enjoyed the layout of it this year. So Stern,
Absolutely.
obviously, you're expanding across the Stern booth right now. Yeah, they basically took a lot of influence from TPF to kind of mix that up. And actually, I think everybody's been positive for everybody. There's a much better layout with this. Of course, Stern with their glorious red carpet. Yeah,
got to give the players the red carpet treatment. So
yeah.
I figured that's why we had that chance to stand on something a little more cushier. But in any event, playing the Stern pins and the Insider Connected mini tournaments that they had this year, we noticed that the tilt bobs were a lot more lenient. However, there were a lot more players that were there this year, which meant we got kicked off the board pretty early on.
Yeah, I managed to keep on to the first day on Godzilla, but pretty much it went down after that. So
yeah, but I mean, there was a lot to look at, a lot to see, a lot of awesome people to run into. So we definitely appreciate everybody that stopped in to say hi and
players like you, Mr. Hardluck.
Yeah. Here's the pro, or I guess that was the start of looking at the pro.
That was the end of the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, more of kind of panning around and sort of checking things out. I only had an opportunity to kind of do this a couple of times, but we're kind of panning around while Magic Girl was standing there, which is a wonderful pinball machine that had suffered terrible circumstances. Unfortunately,
it's got a sordid history, but it turns out it's actually a pretty decently fun game with some code development that could have been a really good game. It's really pretty.
Yeah, here's American Pinball's area. That they had the Valhalla game there. I don't think they had anything really new to show off this time around.
No, they didn't actually.
Oh, they did have the new version of this game. I'm sorry, they had what do they call it? The classic edition.
The classic edition.
Yeah. So
basically, they got rid of some of the sculpts and things on there and so this little bit of a video is a little bit from Ontario, which was the night before Expo. They basically had at Ontario, they had a tournament going on in relation to the Expo. The tournament area was packed. Unfortunately, we weren't in the tournament. Almost all of the pinball games were in the tournament.
So to clarify, this was at the level 257 place. It was kind of a good trip to kind of go back to that when it switched over to the new theme. There were actually a lot of elements that were still there from the original theme at this place in Chicago. But yeah, there was a ton of people there, and it was challenging to get food, let alone drinks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh, hard to hear us.
no, over the video. The video
Oh,
was
the
just
video. Thank you.
there's a bunch of different
Processing.
videos, so if I got something out of balance, just let me know. I threw this stuff in there this
Okay.
afternoon.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you guys
Yeah, a lot of these are
giving us heads
pictures
up.
that don't have sound, so all right, so we're just kind of gonna roll some of the notable things that we were looking at over there. First one, we actually got a good chance to see the Fathom Revisited game, which was the Haggis Pinball's redo of the old classic Fathom game.
Yeah,
So
and
it's actually it looks really good with the lighting upgrades.
yeah, the
and
lighting
stuff.
upgrades and the sound is what really like allowed me to gravitate towards the machine. Like I really wanted to play that game a lot more, and the rules, the brand new rule set that came with this game, that Haggis has done, I was honestly really impressed. Like it blew me away more so than I thought it would. This thing's been out for at least a year, and it
It-
wasn't around for last year's
They
show.
they haven't been able to ship many. Pandemic really kind of screwed up their production
Yeah.
on a lot of things.
I think this was someone's actual personal pin
machine that they brought.
that ended up being here, thankfully.
Yeah, this ended up in the fast pinball booth is where this one was actually at. So
Yeah, yeah.
So-
But with that being said, I mean, the sound is really what. Honestly, it was on par with TNA. That's how much I was impressed with the sound design and things like that. I think the music is well, integrated with it. Yeah, hats off to you guys out there in Haggis Pinball.
yeah, I think since it was in the fast booth, I think it used some of the fast electronics behind the scenes. So
Oh, it was the prototype. The production apron is just blue. Okay.
well, it's
Oh wait, you got to play it. Okay.
It does say Proto 2 right on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to play the first production U.S. production model. So we got it okay. And our sound is pretty loud. If I hit this button, I might be able to see it. Oh, you got this going.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, got
I
it.
didn't.
Hopefully our sound is leveled up, guys. Let us know if it's a little too loud still as I speak to everyone here. But yeah, that's some of the features that the pin had there, and it plays very snappy. That's what I noticed.
Yeah,
as
we did
well.
notice that as well. So
And it was fun because of that. Yeah, I really upgraded something that's something borrowed, something blue, something new.
a lot of people
You know?
really like this game because it's always been a pretty game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely the old rule sets indicative of the era it came out with. So it's kind of cool to get a deeper rule set for the classic layout that a lot of people like.
Mhm.
So, all
All
right.
right.
All right, so the
So-
next one up is we hadn't got a chance to play it until now, but we got the chance to actually play the Weird Al pin.
That's right. So
So
not only does Weird Al have a new movie with David.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh yeah, Daniel Radcliffe of
Harry Potter
fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also have this pin that's been out for I think close to a year now through Multimorphic. And if you're not familiar with the Multimorphic pinball machine system, it's pretty much a unique situation where you can interchange the upper playfield out through different games and different themes. Sometimes you can actually change the theme within the code itself. Other times you're taking the whole playfield out and rearranging things so that you have a new experience and so forth. What makes this version different, however, is there's a lot more elements in the upper playfield, and thus has made the playing experience with this game a lot more enjoyable.
Plus, it's got like 5 flippers too. They've got some flippers tucked into the sides and stuff to give it a little more pinball-y action. So
yeah.
Game's over, losers! I have all the
Oh,
money!
yeah.
Domestic Canadian, what's
Yeah,
going on?
Yeah.
Thanks for that sub there.
hmm
There's a message I think he put in there within this what we missed. If you scroll up a little, oh maybe not. Never mind. I think we got it all. But yeah, how you been? What's going on? Thanks for dropping in. Definitely appreciate the support. We're kind of checking all the games out that we did at the Pinball Expo since you just joined us. A little bit of the video and sound there.
Yeah, of the game
Playing.
playing. Yeah, we were glad to play. I don't think I would want to buy one of them, but it was a fun game. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a very, very short video for
Yeah,
folks.
the thing was, I feel it was okay for me as well, self-processing, but I also believe that this is a game that I would love to invest a lot more time in it. Thus, I would feel a lot more into it, and I would get a lot more enjoyment out of it. Getting into the nooks and crannies of the shop, because it's so bizarre and different from anything else that I think Gary and I have ever played in a pinball machine. terms of the angles and things like that.
Yeah, I think they're unfortunately with the geometry being all in the upper third of the playfield, they're a bit limited with what they can do with those games. So,
Yeah.
I kind of wish they could figure out a little bit way to suspend some stuff over the playfield a little bit to get a little bit more activity going on in the bottom.
Right.
It's probably the next step for those guys. So
Yeah.
we're happy to have gotten a chance to play it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been aching to play that thing ever since the announcement came out, and all the themes and all of the modes that are there. It just makes me want to play every single one of them. So many great Weird Al hits, like especially if you're a Weird Al fan. It's great. It delivers, honestly, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Whether it's been online or not.
Yeah.
All right, what's up next?
Alien LV. Pinball Brothers had their Alien
Collector's edition, I guess.
limited version.
Limited version. Yeah,
which has
clarify.
different backlash art, different cabinet art.
Excuse me.
It's got additional lighting on the inside. Yeah.
I don't have mute on this.
No.
We're using the microphone over there.
Yep.
My apologies. All right. But yes. Anyway, you were saying.
I was saying, yeah. So it's a different art packages. Gameplay is identical. Rule sets are identical. It's just got some more lighting on the play field, different art on the cabinet and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean the colors are amazing on the back glass alone. It's a lot different, a lot more colorful than the normal back glass. It's all green, and then the playfield itself has a lot more, not only color elements but lighting elements as well. I would say so.
Well, yeah, they just have a lot of lighting. I mean, they did not change the playfield at all. It's exactly the same between the standard version and the LV. But you can see here some of the cabinet lighting on the side blades and stuff. It does brighten the game up quite a bit because the standard version is a bit dark for a lot of people, so this actually makes it a lot brighter. So a lot of people are more than happy to get the LV.
Domestic Canadians asking any mention of TNA 2.0 there.
Spooky had one of their TNA 2.0s there. That was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was the extent of it. I mean, it's identical play to what we've got. So I mean, gameplay wise, there's nothing new. They've been shipping them, so.
I mean, there's other little what do you call those things, like cherries on the top. They've got little plastic things that are different from the new release.
But that's just that's minor.
But they're minor, exactly.
The playfield's identical.
Yeah.
So. And then.
So here's.
I hate your mouse, by the way.
I don't know why it's giving you problems. It's like.
I think the computer's warm.
I think that's what it is. In fact, you might want to level it, elevate it rather.
Yeah.
Put this on the coasters.
Give me the coasters. Yeah, its poor laptop's working really hard.
The fan is like going at warp speed, ladies and gentlemen. It might fly off of the machine any moment.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like the gameplay wise, the Alien is exactly the same. So
the back glass looks sweet. Yeah, it did, Pat.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is
Really
the side
fun game.
art for the game. So they changed the art quite a bit, and it's got the blue armor on it as opposed to the regular stainless steel.
Yeah, we love the game a lot too, Cells Processing. It's a huge reason why we went out and bought one. When we played the original Highway version way back when it was out for a week and then it went away because it broke right away. But with that being said, we felt very fortunate to be one of the first folks to have one of these great machines, at least the very first one.
Yeah.
I really can't wait for more and more folks to play this version of it because I think it does. The fact that the art itself is a lot better and there's a lot more detail and a lot more to it than the first one. It's not to say the first pin with its art is terrible by any means, but I think this is a good elevation with that in mind.
Yeah.
All right, what's up
all right.
next?
What? Well, this is the other Pinball Brothers game, so got a little Queen going on.
Oh wait, that's not Queen. That's more of Ozzy. But yeah.
Yeah, so they actually had their Queen machines there. They made the Pinball Expo with two of their versions. So there was like the standard and the not standard. I don't know if it was the Rhapsody edition.
It was like premium, I think.
They have some weird names.
Yeah, I don't remember
one's
the
the
names.
Rhapsody edition and stuff like that.
So feel free to correct us in chat if you know the difference between the two names. I hear nothing but good things here. Oh, with Queen, of course. I mean, it's Queen, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, gameplay on the Queen was code was rough. Definitely.
It was in beta at that moment,
definitely
and it was
very beta.
Now, again, we do stress it was in beta. but it was causing the screen to literally do the blue screen of death and then like reset itself and then come back. It was yeah rough. But with that being said, there was a lot of things to it. There was a lot of unique shots. As Gary's going to grab some of the art for us to look at first. That's the back glass. The speaker hole does line up with the okay, I wasn't thinking about that self-processing, but okay, sure.
Okay.
But anyway, we're kind of looking at the back glass art here, and then as we get into the playfield itself, you'll kind of see what the shots itself look like, or you might have already seen some of it since Pinball Brothers has released some gameplay on their YouTube channel for you guys to view as well. Oh man. Oh, Zach brought it up. Oh, okay, we have Zach to blame for that one. Nah, you're fine. we didn't realize that there was a running joke with that one. Gary's got some struggles here to try to make this.
Come on.
I don't think it's clicking on the right element. I think it's on the border.
I'm trying to get it. It's just the mouse is.
I don't think it's the mouse. I think it's the stupid computer being
overheating.
Yeah. There we go. Now it's moving a little bit.
I hear it cooling down. Yeah. Yeah, the lighting, the playfield looked neat. I mean, there was nothing probably overly innovative here. It did look a lot like that home VPX version that somebody made that had the guitar playfield.
Yeah. Once the finished product is out, I think that will blow up. Yeah, I think so too. I think that people will tend to want to gravitate more to this more so than like say Led Zeppelin, because it looks a lot more fun.
There's a lot more going on this than
Led Zeppelin. The Led Zeppelin machine, it's literally like this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's like half the playfield is the only thing that I can do in Led Zeppelin.
Well, what they did is they took the lighting that they put into the limited version of Alien, and that's actually showing itself here. So the side art, the back art are all lit up on this one. Underneath, like the ball lane guide are lit up. They have that on Alien as well. So that's actually just a carryover piece between that.
Into the next machine.
I think your computer is starting to recover. So
that's good news.
We got some more to talk about on Queen. We got some better photos.
Hey Donkey, what's going on?
Yeah.
When you refer to as someone.
Oh, TFW. I don't know who that is. So yeah.
I'm trying to remember the acronym for that one.
It's a person, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably the person who made the virtual table that it looks like they really heavily cribbed on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, Donkey's in that whole VPX community, so he knows all
ball
the people.
guides. I
don't think there are any special lighted ball guides. Like I said, the side art has the same lighting as the Alien, so they've lit up the game a lot better with this. That feeling when.
Yeah, but did we refer to you as someone earlier? Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot more to a lot of things that we're missing, so I apologize if we do miss stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is kind of neat. It's got the little guitar up there. I got up in the guitar once. It's okay up there. Like I said, it's nothing terribly exciting and innovative, I guess is a good way to put it. So we'll see.
It gets the job done.
We'll see how well the code comes in.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what the code...
Code can make or break this game.
Right, actually that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Left of the ramp. Oh, is there a lighted ball guide that looks up there?
I don't think there's a lighted ball guide. You've got they have a lighting system in there, and that makes it look like I think it's lighting the ball guide.
I love the Viewmaster thing, by the way. It's a great touch.
Yeah.
Because when Queen came out during that era in the 70s, those Viewmasters were super popular.
Right.
But you got a little bit of what the gameplay looks like as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Stageless Gamer, how you been?
Hey.
Welcome back in. We're kind of walking through the Pinball
Expo
of earlier this year. In fact, that
couple of weeks
2 weeks ago. We went to Chicago.
We were going to do this last weekend, but then we got the COVID, so we didn't do it last weekend.
Yes.
So.
Watch the SNL skit COVID.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not too bad. Definitely can't wait for there's a lot of. There it was. There's that blank.
Oh, there's
screen,
that. Yeah.
The blank screen going out.
Yeah.
So.
But like we said, we knew it's beta, etc. You wish, yeah. I don't know if you wish getting COVID anytime soon, but although it is nice to be able to have a break. So I was thankful I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, a little bit more of the gameplay there, and definitely looking forward to seeing what the future holds for this bin. Like Gary said, I think the code will make or break this game, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
All right, now we're on to the big reveal of the year, which
Okay.
is the 007.
So this is the pro version of the new 007 game. The pro version is Dr. No. The premium is You Only Live Twice. I can't remember what the limited edition version is, but all right, these guys are a really good team. They keep doing these pat passes too. So
There you go.
nice.
There you go. That's the one I want to do.
Look at that over here having just a conversation as a true team right now.
Try it. We've had practice at this regime on stream.
Yes.
So we got to play this a fair amount of times initially.
Mhm.
So you only live twice. This is the premium back glass and artwork on that.
Yep.
Apparently the dot thing on the display is kind of a placeholder at the moment. They're going to be replacing it, making it do more. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Because when we were playing it, we're like,
What is
you know,
with the dots?
well, I knew that the dots were involved
Yeah.
with one of the movies and the intros, so I understood that. In fact, it is kind of a typical, piece of art that people kind of think of when they think of the
Mhm.
Bond series. But with that, they just were using that dots over and over again. We're like, dude, enough of the dots. We're not doing a dot race.
Yeah, somebody
at
said
the
that
Ultimate
it's a big
Coliseum.
placeholder.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Next time I'm bringing the Hulk so I can take one home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Code needs to mature, right?
Yeah.
But I like when I'm hearing,
But
yeah,
on the
on the
queen,
Queen, yeah, exactly. But I mean, I'm sure the 007 code is obviously maturing since we're talking about the art apparently being updated soon with it. So, yeah, it'll give you any further idea what the jetpack will do.
The jetpack, it literally is a Bond on a wand. It basically can go, it could go over and it grabs a ball and then can actually it drops it right now. I think onto one target, but I think it will do more. But for us, it didn't really.
It doesn't grab me. It doesn't
it's-
excite me.
It slows down the gameplay a
Yeah,
lot.
that's the other thing.
So in
That
fact,
was our major comment was we like the Pro better because
Yeah,
of the flow and without having to deal with the magic wand, man.
because we
going back and forth.
were actually offered a spot for a premium in November,
Mhm.
and we were on the list. We actually canceled the premium over
When
after
we had a
playing
chance to play it.
because it's just like it
I mean,
wasn't worth
we
the
actually
money,
ended up
so.
with 1 billion points at at least I did, at the end of like all the plays. We ended up with like 4 or 5 plays total, I think, the amount of time and chances we had on it. And I only ended up with that score on the Pro, so I was kind of like, well,
Right.
shit, I'm sold on the Pro, you know.
Yeah, the pro was way better as far as gameplay.
That silo does not look like a Salem.
That-
Oh, a silo, yeah.
An asylum, yeah.
Yeah, that's a line from Bond, yes. Gomez
Oh,
Pros
okay.
are always seem to be better. Yeah, it seems that way, cell processing. So that's kind of, yeah, you're also agreeing with it. The Pro seems to be the way to go, yeah.
Yeah, because this
But-
is the premium, and also with the physical ball lock, it
The Red
actually
Rocket.
the Red Rocket, but the physical ball lock around the lock, it locks and then it kicks it up and then it just curly cues down in the lock. It was kind of, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
that's not worth it either as far as like features. So
Right.
price wise, we would definitely, and also we're not going to see consumer pros until April, which
Oh,
gives them
yeah.
a lot of time to develop that code to see if it
To
really
improve
comes
things.
into its own. So,
Yeah. I can't wait to play this one when Ulrich
Ulrich
gets
gets
his.
his, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a good point. The fact that we got a chance to play it before, I mean, it's not even on Pindigo at this point.
Mhm.
So, yeah. All right, I think someone will come up with a mod for the underwater scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I mean, there's
They'll-
so many different mods. In fact, we were talking about the rocket. We were like, we wish that the rocket could be like detachable. And then think of the song "Detachable Penis" from the '90s, right? So the point is, hear me out. You can put things that seem a little more intuitive to what should be there,
Yeah.
not just things that.
Well,
I don't know.
it's a rocket on a spring. It doesn't do anything. The ball hits and it goes wee. I would at
Yeah.
least they should have made those lower band, the rubber bands on their spin, so when the ball goes in there, it goes.
That's
then
kind
it
of what I'm
does
getting
something.
at too. I get that there's a budget and so forth, but it just seems a little silly. All right, volume might be a little high
Yep.
on that. There we go. We're turning it down. Making it a messenger. Yeah, it's such-
Like right there.
I mean, that's kind of the whole joke that's been running around, right? So,
Yeah, exactly.
what are you gonna do?
All right. Well,
We have to
Gary,
put something
do
in
it.
there, and we have to put a unique view.
Yeah.
I don't know why this came out sideways as opposed to perpendicular, but
It fits on the screen this way. So
oh,
yeah, we were playing the pro for a little bit at
Reception,
things.
please.
I'm
Okay.
poking fun. Sorry.
We're just gonna walk off.
Mic drop.
Like drop
Great.
insulting me.
I do have to say there is a lot of junk on the playfield. Like if you look at it, even if this
It's a
view is weird,
busy play.
there's so many of those faces. Like someone compared it to a high school yearbook.
Yeah.
The amount of characters and Bond girls that are on it's honestly kind of ridiculous and overwhelming.
Yeah, it really reminds me, playfield wise, and with the amount of inserts, it reminds me of a 2000s era Stern when they
Kinda
were
hard to see
still
what's
trying
going
to tell you everything with the playfield,
Yeah.
as opposed to on the LCD screen. That is one thing that the LCD screens and RGB lighting have done is open up the playfield for more artwork, whereas I think that one is a little on the weak side.
Shots look so good.
Mhm.
Yeah, sales processing. That's the thing that is what really drove me to like the Pro a lot more, is because those shots were a lot more satisfying, and also being able to get the flow in the way that we want to. And like we were mentioning earlier on the premium, especially with the shot with the Bond, the little man going back and forth,
Yeah.
in the
The
jetpack,
Bond on the wand.
the Bond on the wand,
Yeah.
it kind of interrupts the flow.
Yep.
Real vinyl dude, what's going on?
Hey, Spy Hunter Pinball,
Yeah.
ironically, yeah, video game is a Gomez design. Yeah, they definitely went for more of that classic artwork that you would see, the bright colors that you would see in that era when Bond came out. So
Yeah.
I can see why they've done the artwork the way they did.
Yeah, to echo what Real Vinyl dude was saying as well. Yeah, I mean that's the thing that I like about the art is it definitely hits the right notes in terms
Mhm.
of the aesthetics and things that you're hoping for, not just a Photoshop show like heavy metal.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. So
Yes.
next we're going to talk about. We did get a chance to play the Magic Girl pinball.
Yes, this was a fun one.
This is a fun one. This has got a whole sordid history of John Papaduke kind of screwing people and stuff like that, and other people in Europe, like owners, got together to actually make the games function and work. Actually, get some of the mechs working that weren't even working, and got that. It is a very, very pretty pinball
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah, the light show. Well, let's look at the side art a little bit here too.
Mhm.
Evidently, there's a lot of these parts floating around. I saw those just kind of
Well,
randomly
yeah. It was just-
aside, and someone just
somebody was selling the base cabinets.
Yeah.
Empty cabinets.
Right.
Because he went.
They went bottom up,
Bottom
and
belly
all the shiza got liquidated, and there you go. Let's buy the parts if you want to make it.
Yeah,
Have fun.
not only kind of screwing, everybody got. They paid $15,000 in 2017
Yeah.
for a game, and it didn't work. It was a
Mm.
shiny box of lights. So it's really cool to see somebody's gone and got it working. There's no way in hell this will ever get to production because of all the sordid
Yeah.
history and who knows who owns what rights to what
Yeah,
assets.
and Real Vinyl Dude, yeah, we're being polite when we
Yeah,
say
yeah.
just that, yes. But I don't think we're going to focus too much on the skinny.
the sordid history behind
Yes, we're focusing on the game at this very moment.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit more of a side art as well. And then looks like the next one here is the
Some
side
more-
of the black back glass.
The back box side
Yes.
art. So.
So there's that. And then
Mhm.
so moving on to the next thing here.
Yeah.
Here we
All
go.
right, so here's there is a lot going on here. There is a lot of.
Yes.
It's like he took his. It's like he took his like Circus Voltaire and Tales of the Arabian Nights and made even more curly cues stuff in there.
And then you have these like weird shots that you have to make that kind of like catch the ball, and then kind of like do it. And then there's things that you have to do, but I don't even know how to describe the shots. They're not really scoop shots. They're just sort of like pockets. and you kind of have to hit them in certain places.
Well,
You
there's
have
there's a lot of
ramps
different ramps and things that
yeah,
you can hit. And
there's a lot of ramps
there's some
as
different
well.
like hidden shots that you hit up into it and it'll kick the ball
Right,
back
hinge
out.
shots, yeah.
Yeah.
The most flattering thing I heard of all the final production version was it flips, that's it, it doesn't really play.
Nope. No. Apparently some of the mechanisms weren't even wired.
Hey.
They were in there, but they weren't even wired and definitely not coded, obviously.
Well, glad to see that we played a completed version.
Yeah.
More of the art.
Looks
the light.
Yeah.
The photo does not do justice with the lighting that this game provides.
Yeah.
But the art itself.
Yeah, the art itself is interesting. It's kind of like a little bit more comic booky than some of the other stuff that came out of Papa Duke, I guess.
Yeah.
It is very busy, I guess is a good thing to put. There's a lot in the artwork. There's something everywhere to look at. You could spend a long time looking at all the subtle details of that.
Weird breaker bars. If I can forgive my ignorance, what's a breaker bar?
In reference to like what a pinball, I'm not sure what
okay.
what a breaker bar would be, but yeah, as here you can kind of get a little bit better view of some of the lighting effects. They actually have a lot of lights in their clear plastic curly Q ramps and stuff. So there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff going on. It was a decent shooter. I mean,
I had a lot of fun with it. Oh, and the thing that was really neat about this game was the back bars under the flipper.
The little metal bars.
Oh, those things. Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of called breaker bars.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were called that. Thank you for the teachable moment. Yeah, I didn't even notice that cell processing. Biff bars. Okay, CNK.
Yeah.
We'll remember that term for sure.
Biff bars, yeah.
But yeah, going back to what we were talking about. So the instead of having like a usual display that you would have on the back of the back glass, you have something that's sort of floating as if it was like Circus Voltaire. Gary.
Right. What he did was he took, instead of the classic DMD, when Circus Voltaire, he had actually put a DMD down in the table, and he basically took that same approach and put an LCD screen there with all the animations and all the things going on. So it was, I like that. I like that because it puts, you're looking down, you see the stuff. It was much easier to see what was going on. I did like that feature of it. And that's something I always liked about Circus Voltaire, too, was the DMD was right there in your line of vision as a player.
We were talking about the whole, like, it would be great to have the screens in better places on the flippers themselves. But honestly, the way that it was set up, it's in your field of vision and also seeing the play field very easily. So that was neat.
Play More Pinball, no, this was not in Coin Taker's booth. This was actually just out in the floor, and they had those... sort of like velvet ropes, but I can't think of the ones that are retractable. They had a little.
They roped it off basically, so that people wouldn't crowd the machine.
Yeah.
To also make it look more professional.
Yeah.
I guess, but it was a decent amount of people at all times on this machine. Here's Gary getting his shot at it. And as you can see the screen in this one as well, kind of see what the whole feel of the screen looks like, and that effect really worked well. The sort of 3D effect, sort of hologram-ish effect with that. You saw his personality; he has one. Okay, and she's still fooling people. Got it.
Yeah. It's a pretty machine. I mean, if somebody gets a chance to even bake out the code even more, it seems like it'd be a fun shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way in hell we'll own one because.
Unless you want to commission someone to kind of remake this by hand, because that's essentially what someone had done or a group of people have done. I don't recall.
Well, it was owners that got together to work with like Dutch Pinball and somebody at American Pinball to actually finish the coding.
Oh shit! I didn't know it was two of those.
Yeah,
companies.
There was like a group of people got together to help out the owners. There's apparently seven functioning ones in the world. There's a few more complete games that need to be fixed, like this one got, to get it to work. But I mean, you're talking tops. There's maybe 15 complete games out there.
Yeah.
So,
for all I know, CNK, I just picked it up with some random person that had nothing to do with the con that we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guilty as charged.
Mind you, I heard like almost all of the Pinball Brothers people had gotten COVID after it.
Oh.
And then of course the guy that was there about the Magic Girl, he was the close talker.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, it was
up
about
into
2
the
inches
plug.
from my face.
You're like, dude.
Bless his heart, because he was a really enthusiastic
about it, but
gentleman. But dude, I didn't want you up in my business.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying. But hey, we're all from different cultures. I get it, so it's all
Yep.
it's all good.
All right, moving on to kind of the last
Yes.
big notable thing that we did at Pinball Expo is the Pinball Olympics.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, so here's Gary on a little step machine thing that is actually controlling the flipper. So that was one particular event at the Pinball Olympics. So it's a really quick clip. There wasn't much to it. I wish the thing wouldn't make it like vertical. It was supposed to be, or
That
horizontal
I have to
rather.
manually do that.
Oh, you did?
Stop. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
don't freak out on me.
yeah.
All right, Slayer Pinball was one of the machines out there as well.
This was not
Um,
actually in the pinball. This was not in the Olympics. This was not
No.
part of the Olympics. But boy,
But it was neat.
But when he turned it on, he had it. I don't know how many thousands watt stereo system attached to this thing.
Right.
It was-
Yeah.
It was crazy, crazy loud.
It was really
So the
loud.
Pinball Olympics is a
To the-
really fun event. It was an off-site event where you get tickets to go for it and compete in different weird events where he's modified these pinball machines and all crazy.
And there was
kinds of
also
ways.
unique machines like this one as well that, like Gary said, had nothing to do with the actual events. But yeah, I mean, if you thought of a weird way to play pinball before, chances are it was at the Pinball
Yeah.
Olympics. That's how unique.
Speaking of unique.
Unique as it was.
Yeah.
So you want to be a lazy ass like I am? Sure, you can do that if you want to play pinball. You can be a lazy ass. The buttons were actually on the legs of this pinball machine, and I had to lie on my back. And yes, I am looking at a mirror in order to play said pinball machine. So that was an event that we both got to play.
Yeah.
And then I think the next one might have, it's just me taking a picture of it.
The Ed player's perspective shot there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just the mirror that's bouncing out. You can see yourself and see the gameplay there.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
all right. Oh, the scissor.
The scissor flipper ones.
Scissor flippers.
So as you can
Yeah.
see, these aren't normal flippers. When you flip up, they flip down in the back, which is a really interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
Basically, it would block the outlanes, and you could actually kind of work it and get the ball back into play. It was kind of a cool feature. I'm like,
Don't
wow,
cradle the ball because you can't. Although you could cradle it in the middle, I guess.
No,
maybe?
you can't. There's no way.
Oh
to
yeah, I
hold
guess
it.
because you're
It's
constantly
either,
moving.
It's either
yeah.
on or off. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like, ching, ching, ching,
Yeah.
ching. So
It was really bizarre.
It's definitely not.
I would play this again if I could.
This is a cradler's nightmare.
Yeah, Cradler's Nightmare is right.
Here we'll get coming down. Just a little bit.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the ball's coming in the end lane. You gotta.
Nice.
If you wanted to time it such that you hit it at the right particular moment, you could hit it off the back end of the scissor flipper and force it up. Yeah.
It doesn't
like
really.
helpfully.
You can open it up. It doesn't really roll because it hits the tip of the flipper. But sometimes you can flip it up and actually grip it and get it back into play,
Yeah.
which was kind of neat.
Yeah.
So
This clip didn't really do that justice, but that's
No,
okay. At least
no.
you get to kind of see the flippers in action.
yeah.
But that was a lot of fun to do that. We'll see what the next one is.
That was good though.
Or I guess that's the backlash of that.
Mm.
It was
This shit.
Oh, here we go.
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
So, you guys seen the little like
Cash
tornado things
grab
in the mall?
this.
Cash grab.
The cash tornado, or you're in a booth and you're like in a tornado, or it's like you go to like a game show and you have a cash grab thing here.
Yeah.
So this is what they locked it up to be
What the
as, is a
hell?
cash
Cash
grab.
grab.
Pinball, playing pinball in that machine. Now, except all the cash that's in there were all tipped. Then you have little, balls you can see at
That's
the,
insanity.
McDonald's Playhouse or whatever that's up in there too. Hey, Brian, what's going on? We're kind of walking in through our Chicago weekend.
There's me playing. Yeah.
Oh, this is Kiss Pinball, by the way,
Yeah.
that's in the booth. You should mention
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, they were basically ping pong balls that were running through this cash grab machine.
Right.
So that was a neat one.
Yeah. And it was also intense to play pinball with a hard hat on. That's kind of
And
unique
goggles,
and new.
yeah,
and
yeah.
goggles.
Well, yeah, they were coming down and hitting behind me, and then hitting my back, and I was just wearing a t-shirt, so it was like stinging on my
Oh,
back.
really?
It was like.
Oh, I didn't really get any effect with it. I guess it also depends on how
you
big
had a
you are.
you had a hoodie on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just in a t-shirt and it was smacking me in the back.
Look at that. See, I came prepared to win.
That one.
All right. Oh, here's the
Yeah, so this was an interesting little event.
Yeah, I like this
You
one.
get into a sling. You're supported in a sling, and the game is actually
On these
on
plastic
chains. Yeah, they were just plastic coated. They were real chains.
Oh.
But yeah, so you're suspended and the game's suspended. So if you're trying to like nudge and stuff, you get it was kind of like moving.
It was
around.
fun because there was a moment where, for instance, I needed to like save the ball, and then I had nudged it, and then my whole body was just going like this, and I'm running into people as they're walking by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Here's Gary playing a little bit of it, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Yeah, he's just kind of hanging out. His whole body's kind of being supported by the hammock.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had a guy there that helped raise and lower the hammock for you to get in and out of there safely.
To help you get in and out.
Yeah. So my hats off to everyone that volunteered to help all of you.
Yeah.
Oh, this one was a fun one too. I don't recall the name of the game, but it was doing that the entire time. And that was more difficult than I think the carousel one, right? Or was it about the same?
You have to pee. Hurry. Hold it, man. Hold it.
No, you gotta be. You're stuck in the hammock.
Yeah, so what they did is they took one of the ultra wide ones and put a different game in it and put it on this rotational mechanism that would just cut. And it was actually random. They had it set up so it would go small, and then it would get bigger and bigger, and then it would get smaller and slower, and so you had to kind of like constantly adjust your shots. On that pinball.
It was a lot of hard work to
so
shot time.
This event.
All right, what was this?
Is boxing gloves.
Oh, the boxing glove one, yeah. So you have to
use the boxing
use the flippers only with boxing gloves.
Yeah,
so you have to have these boxing gloves on. I mean, you could kind of use your fingers if you needed to, but it was just
makes sense.
This.
And over here,
just wear boxing gloves and can't be
It's really weird to play pinball that way. I forget how much dexterity and how much like different things they use.
I kept finding myself moving my hands off the button.
Anyway,
Oh crap, I'm not on the button anymore.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, it's like your hands would twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun.
And
then, oh yeah, that's the carousel one. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is Hurricane. Yeah. And he ended up getting okay. So he did yeah, it was kind of but yeah, it's like and this is all outside like they have all these pinball machines under it, not under tables and so forth. That I found kind of fun. But yeah, imagine hooking up the machine, the carousel itself, and hooking up the power. Because the power was hooked up into a pole that was rotating.
They had a rotary connection.
A rotary connection that went with it as well. On top of that, it was really well thought out. So hats off to them.
So that was some of the highlights of some of the different things that we did. Of course, one of the big highlights here is.
Oh, here it is.
This guy got a medal.
This guy got a medal.
How did you get a medal, Gary?
By not getting dizzy.
So you end up getting a gold medal.
I got a gold medal on that event. Yeah.
We're all just kind of waiting around for the.
Yeah.
Because. Yeah, and I really wanted a medal. Like I thought for sure I was gonna at least get a bronze on something, and then I got nothing. I'm like, God damn it! And you ended up getting a bronze medal on what was it?
Oh, there was a fishtails with frosted glass.
Oh yeah, you ended up getting a freaking bronze medal on the frosted glass.
So
somehow.
Imagine taking that fake icing. It was ice fishing. They call that ice fishing. So it's like that ice you put on your windows like around Christmas time to like make it look like it's parching. They had kind of done that mostly on the back, but left kind of little.
Well, just think of a bathroom like door or a shower door. I mean.
Well, it wasn't quite. It did have
sort
holes.
of like that though.
It was literally that Christmas stuff you sprayed on to create, but it was done on purpose uneven so that there were little spots you could kind of see.
Yeah, so it wasn't to the extreme of the entire.
Yeah, there was another one that actually had the opaque glass on it. We didn't play that one on that game, so. That was
so yeah, I ended up getting third place on that. So congrats, Gary. But first place on Hurricane.
Yeah.
Go for the glory. Go for the gold. Official Olympic sponsor of 2024.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So the Pinball Olympics was really a lot of fun. If you find yourself at the expo and you can get tickets, they only sell a limited number of tickets. If you get them, it's definitely an event worth going to because it's
Absolutely.
all sorts of weird stuff. There was also the X-rated room, which we don't.
Oh
go
yeah.
on that. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
the
really
X-rated
go into
room.
detail about that because
Yeah.
there was some really
some raunchy stuff.
really raunchy stuff. Like you're just like, really? They
Yeah.
did that?
Yeah.
They did that.
They did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely.